Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial of our Postgres series. Today we are going to be looking at the max and min function. Max and min function. What does the max function do? It returns for you the highest value in a particular column, the highest value. And if you talk about the min function, it returns the smallest value. Min function means minimum function. Max means maximum function. Okay, let us take a look at a couple of examples for us to better understand what we are talking about right here. Okay, and as you know that we are still dealing with our DVD rental database tables, right? And remember we have 15 tables. Okay, we have 15 tables, as you can see right here. 15 tables. These are all the different tables. Let us explore the payment table right here. So if I have a select star from payments, okay, select star from payments going to return for me all the columns. If I run that, very good, that has successfully run. I have payment ID, customer ID, staff ID, rental ID, amount, and payment date column, right? Now, what about if you have been asked that what is the maximum value in the amount column? This amount column, you have been asked that what is the maximum value? How do you find that? All you have to do is just come to select and then have your max function, which is max, put it in a bracket, then put a bracket right there, and then type in the name of that column. The name of that column is amount. Okay, if I put that and then if I run that, what do I have? You can see this is 1199. That is the maximum value in that amount column. Okay, what about if you have been asked to also include the minimum value in that amount column? All I have to do is to also say min, right? Then have your bracket and then type the name of that column right there. Okay, type the name of that column. Remember that I've told you the last column you are writing here, you are not going to have a comma. If you have a comma right there, then you're going to have an error. Okay, let's take that out. Let us run this. You can see that, guys, that the minimum amount of that column, or the minimum value in the amount column, is 0. You can see maximum value is 1199, minimum value is 0. Okay, now let us take a look at another column. Let's go back to select star. Let us take a look. Okay, now let us also look at this payment date. You can see that we have been able to look at numeric columns, which is the amount column that we looked at. That's pretty easy. We got the maximum value and the minimum value. What about if you want to find the maximum or minimum value of a date column or a date time column? How do you also do that? Remember, this is called payment date. Okay, so let us do that same thing. Let me paste this back there and then I put a comma and then I'll say max of what? The column is called payment date. Take note that if your column is a date and you want to find the max value, the maximum, it is going to return for you the recent date. Take note that max means maximum, right? That means it's going to send you what? The recent date. Okay, it's going to send you the most recent date. What is the last date that you have received payment? Okay, that is what is going to have. Then if you say minimum, then that means it's going to be the least date. So take for example, if you have something as January 1 and you have another one as January 31, the same year, then the maximum is going to be January 31, right? While the minimum is going to be January 1st, okay? Take again, listen to that again. Let's say the two dates you are considering is January 1st and January 31st, right? January 31st is going to be the maximum, while January 1st is going to be the minimum. Do you get that now, guys? Now let us run this, guys. Very good. You can see now that we have the max for the amount, the min for the amount, and then the max for the time. Okay, you can see that right now, guys. One thing I also want you to note right here is that we have date, we also have time. For you to get the max, it's also going to consider the time. So that means that, let's assume you have the same date, but one of them you have, like this one is 1344. Let's say another one you have is 1244. So in that case, 1344 is maximum, is higher than 1244. Do you understand that now, guys? Now, one thing I would also like to point out here is that if you look at the result that is being displayed here, if you really look at it, you can see that it's not really intuitive. If you look at the column names, this says max, min, max. So if you look at it very well, anybody that sees this would ask you, what is max? Max of what? Maximum of what? What is the actual column? And that this is where what I taught you in the last video comes in handy. I think it was the last two videos. One of those videos I taught you aliases. That is where that comes in handy. And what does that mean? That means that we can rename this column, this max. Let us rename it. And remember, I told you that if you want to have alias, you use the keyword as. So I can say as maximum amount. You see that using this type of naming or using alias, basically, you can see that it's going to really help you. It's going to help even those that are going to be using your table. Even you yourself, it's going to help you when you see the table. You understand what it is, right? So in the case of this, I will say as min amount, okay? And this last one, I can say most recent date. Let us run that and let us see if our displayed result is going to show these columns that we have put as alias. Let us run. Very good. You can see this has run right now, guys. You can see now that we have max amount, min amount, most recent date. You can see that this really makes sense, right? Now, one thing I also like to quickly point out to you guys is that if you don't want to put underscore and you have it this way, or let's say you call it minimum amount, take note you have a space right here. Okay, Postgres does not like this because you're having a space. It doesn't like it. It's going to freak out. It's going to give you an error, okay, because it doesn't understand what you're trying to do right here. So let us run this. Let's see. Let's experiment. If I run this, you can see right here, guys, it says syntax error at or near amount. Okay, so that means it's telling me that there is a syntax error right here, and the reason is because we put a space right here between minimum and amount. It doesn't like that. If you really want to put a space, what you need to do is you need to wrap those strings inside a double quote. You see now that instead of I have minimum amount, but now I just put them into a double quote, right? If I run that now, very good, guys. You can see that has run successfully. If you look at the minimum amount now, you can see that you have minimum space amount. Okay. Now the question you ask is, can I use a single quote instead of a double quote? Let's try it. Sometimes it's always good to just try it. Just try if it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, then you know that it will not work, so that you don't do that next time. So we have single quote. Let us run. You can see that it doesn't like single quote either. because it's giving us an error. So that means that we need to use double quotes. Okay, let's run it again. Very good, guys. Now I believe you understand what how to use the max function, the min function also, right? That is pretty easy, guys. Another example I'll quickly like to give you is, let us explore another table, guys. Let us explore the actor table. Let us explore the actor table. If we run this, let's see what we have. You can see we have actor ID, first name, last update. Now let us play with only the first name. Let's only show the first name. Okay, now I'm only showing the first name right here. Now what I actually want to explain to you right here is this, or we could even just leave it like this first, and let's talk about this. Now what I want to explain to you right here is, what about if we are asked to find the maximum value in this column called first name? What is that? How are you going to get that? The max function also works with strings, but what it does is that if you look at your alphabet, letter A is the first one while letter Z is the last one. What that means is that letter Z is the maximum while letter A is the minimum. So that means if I have two names, or I have two words, if I have Bill, B-I-L-L, and I have cat, C-A-T, okay, now B comes before C, right? What that means is that Bill is going to be the minimum while cat is going to be the maximum. Okay, I hope you guys get that right now. Okay, another example is, let's say you have yellow and you have green, right? Green starts with a G while yellow starts with a Y. That means that yellow is going to be the maximum while green is going to be the minimum. Take note, it is that first letter, the first character of that word that it is actually using. Okay, so that means if we want to look at, for this first name column, let's find the maximum. Let's put a comma, and then let's put a comma. Okay, and then let's find the minimum of that column. We want to find the minimum value, or the minimum string of that column called first name, and also I want to find the maximum and also the minimum. So that means that if we want to find the maximum, that means that the letter should be something close to Z, letter Z, or even letter Z itself, right? The name has to start with either letter Z or a letter that is close to letter Z, while a first name that is going to be the minimum should be, the first letter should be as close as possible to letter A, or it could even be letter A. Okay, if letter A start any of this first name in this our data base, or in this our table. Okay, so let us run this now, guys. Very good, we have run this now. So you can see that the max is 0. You see, because the first letter starts with a Z, and the minimum starts with A, which is Adam, right? You can see that now. Take note that maximum and minimum for strings, it is not talking about the length of the strings. No, it is talking about the first letter of the string. Okay, looking at your alphabet, Z is towards the end. That means it's higher than A. That is why Adam is minimum, while 0 is maximum, and that's because of the Z, and for minimum is because of the A. I hope you guys get that right now. This is pretty easy. And also, if you really want to display this result, you could put an alias also for this first name, and also for this maximum and also the minimum, so that your result that is being displayed can be more intuitive so that your stakeholders can understand it better. That is that about that today. Today, I have been able to show you how to use the max function and the minimum function on a column of your table that is numeric, or that is string, or that is even dates, or even date time. I've been able to show you that, and you have known that, and you can apply that to any of your query or any of your tables that you have right now. All right, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I highly encourage you to go do that right now and click on the bell to be notified whenever we release any of our videos. And also remember to comment, like, and help us to share our videos so that more people can benefit out of this. I will see you in the next class. Bye.